6:05, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Ken Weaver's here. Good morning, Ken. Okay, is anybody ready for this besides me? Because Johnny's wandering around his room and Ken doesn't have his headphones on. So,
usually this doesn't start until about 5:39.
You know what, Ken?
What has happened?
I'm on time for once. What is wrong with you?
Sorry about that, boys. I was just sauntering down the hall, getting my coffee. Getting reacquainted with the men's room, which I will about every half hour, starting right about 6:05.
So,
TMI.
So apparently, what happens during the breaks is Johnny B is Ken Weaver saunters around the men's room.
Yeah,
that's a little worrisome.
Well, you know
actually.
how you kind of saunter like this. You're just kind of
Getting reacquainted.
Yeah, you're sauntering.
Now, Johnny, do you have headphones?
I do. They're not here, though.
Where are they? See, this is the thing. This is how our day's going. So for people who don't know, you need headphones so that you can actually hear what's going on, because when you turn your microphone on, it mutes the speakers above. And so Johnny apparently has forgotten his headphones. You want to go get him, Johnny? And
sure, Dan, thanks.
Ken and I could just talk. There goes Johnny.
We can talk, brother Dan, man. It's been a long time.
You know what we can do? You know what we could do, Ken?
Well, what can we do?
We could talk about people who arrive for their work not prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, well, brother Johnny B can't hear.
That's okay. That's exact. No, we love Johnny. It's all just.
We do love brother Johnny B.
So you were talking about me while I was
No, we weren't. All we were saying, Johnny, is how much we love Johnny B.
You know what? I haven't seen brother Johnny B in over 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks since I've seen brother Johnny B.
Has it been 2 weeks?
Yes.
Well, Ken, you chose to take yesterday off because it was your birthday.
Well,
yes,
you guys took all week off last week.
Yeah, I know. I'm one of those, everybody knows that I'm one of those guys that takes every nanosecond of vacation and sick time. I'm one of those guys where if I've got like all those silly days off that the company provides, I take every one of them off.
Yes, sir.
Yes. How many of those days are they giving us this year?
I actually don't. I left, I think I left about 2.5 weeks on the table vacation this year.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You are insane.
Yep. And I don't know if we were talking about this before the show. When was the last time I actually called in sick? I don't even know, knock on wood, but
I don't recall.
Yeah, you worked sick. You had the whole fish thing going on.
Yeah,
last time you were sick.
That's right.
Yeah, and you came in.
You worked through that. Now, how long we been together? We've been together for 3 years now, right?
Yep.
On the morning show.
About 2 years.
2 years, starting on the third now.
Yeah.
So I know you haven't called in sick.
No.
In this time period.
And there's some people who will remain nameless who mysteriously get sick after there's a big football game.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? And they're a lot younger.
Strange how that happens.
Than all of us. And they it's
all of a
weird.
Sudden, after like a 4-day weekend.
And my team lost, and I still made it in.
Yeah, Johnny.
I mean,
Alabama.
That was tough.
Boy, that was a hell of a game,
and
man.
And somehow Johnny was able to make it in.
Yeah.
Those dudes were knocking the hell out of each other.
Yes, they were.
That was one very entertaining college football.
Now, this is Alabama and Michigan we're talking about?
Yes.
So now it's going to be Michigan versus
Washington,
state of Washington.
Yeah.
And who's going to win that? See, I predicted Michigan.
I think Michigan. Well, you know what, though? I'm telling you, Washington is that kind of team. For whatever reason, they're undefeated.
Right.
For whatever reason, they just don't seem that good. But they are. That quarterback, that kid can put that ball on a dime. I don't care how far down the field it is. And he's got probably the best receivers in the nation because they catch anything he puts up.
Well, it should be fun. Now, when is that game?
That's going to be on January the 8th.
Okay, very exciting. Now, 5:39, Nashville.
Very well.
I think it's the 9th, actually.
Ken lost me about 8 seconds into
It'll be the day before Matt calls in sick.
That's right. So whatever day that is on, I'll just go ahead and schedule Mason in advance. Hey, can we do an entire segment on times that you've called in sick and you weren't really sick? And what was your excuse?
Yeah,
it suddenly got awkward and uncomfortable. Moving on. So, Jesse Waters.
I don't believe that's ever happened.
No, sure it hasn't. Jesse Waters had a psychic on to predict the futures of Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
Okay.
Now, this is what they said about, this is what she said about Joe Biden. And it's kind of funny, actually. Do you guys believe in psychics?
No.
No?
No.
Johnny?
Nah,
All right.
not really.
Joe Biden, lots and lots and lots and lots of money. Lots of money. I mean,
From China?
oh, you are cheeky. I didn't say from where.
Lots of money.
A lot
That
of money.
is very interesting.
I mean, above, okay, for whatever is his normal, it's way above.
Now, here's what's funny about when she says that. I'm sitting there thinking, well, there's the money that the IRS knows about,
Yeah.
and then there's, the rest of it.
That's when I say lots.
Wow.
Because I deal with everybody of every possible income, so that's a lot.
All right, I'm going to put you in touch with James Comer after this reading.
I mean, it's kind of funny because we all know that Joe Biden has a lot of money, even though, remember way back when they used to talk about how Joe Biden was the poorest member of the Senate?
Yes.
And now, of course, we know what he's really been up to over the years, especially in the last probably 10 to 15. Now,
Poorest member of the Senate.
Lunch Bucket Joe.
That's right. I want to get that Corvette. Boy, that's a dream car.
By the way, do you know what I got for one of the things I got for Christmas? You know what it was?
Oh,
It was a Charlie Brown Peanuts lunch bucket.
all right.
Like it was a lunch pail.
Like a original.
Like an original lunch pail
Oh, that's
from like
cool.
the 19 whenevers.
You should bring that with you every day with a lunch in it.
Yes, you should.
You know what? I would lose it, actually. And I don't want to lose it because it's really unique.
Well, no, you don't want to lose it.
No.
Put it in your office so Johnny and I can go look at it.
Sure. Did you guys ever have lunch pails as kids?
Yes.
What'd you guys have?
I have
did-
Spider-Man.
You had Spider-Man? What about you, Johnny?
Batman.
Ah, yeah, Batman.
So
Came with a utility mug.
Came with Alfred, Sir, are you ready for your peanut butter sandwich?
open it up and there's Alfred.
That's right.
Little mini version.
Little Johnny, are you ready for your chocolate milk now?
I had a
Here you go, sir.
I had a Peanuts. So you want to hear how crazy things were in my house as a kid? Because my mom, single mom. And so she would, I'm famous for, especially when I was younger, famous for just losing stuff. So, I had a Charlie Brown lunch pail, a Peanuts lunch pail, and then I lost it as a kid. So my mom would constantly give me, sandwiches and stuff in brown paper bags because she refused to buy me another lunch pail. And so she started making me sandwiches, and I would never eat them, and I'd come home and just throw them back in the refrigerator. So there was one day, actually it happened several days, where I would arrive at school with a mold-covered sandwich because I grabbed the wrong brown paper bag out of the refrigerator. Child Protective Services called my mom.
Oh, wow.
It got bad. It got bad. And so, of course, she threw me right under the bus. And it was actually kind of, funny when you think about it. She didn't find the humor in it like I did because I was laughing. I was like 10, whatever it was. And, Mrs. Mandis, why is your son arriving to school with moldy sandwiches? She's just like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They got involved?
Boy, that's yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
because the school, after it happened like the second or third time, the school was like, and I was this is before I gained weight. I was a really skinny kid.
Yeah, you were. I saw those pictures, Brother Dan.
So, yeah, back in the good old days. And so then it was just sort of like, well, he's really skinny. Maybe the mom's either not feeding him or he can't eat because all the food is covered in mold. Yeah, it was kind of funny, actually. They called my dad because, they were divorced. And so they called my dad. And my dad actually, believe it or not, stuck up for my mom.
Yeah.
And was like, no, that's just my kid. He's an idiot. He doesn't eat the sandwiches. And then my dad was like, I guarantee you, if you go into the house, open up the refrigerator, you're going to see like 15 brown paper bags with sandwiches in them. Wow. Because, numbnuts, kid here just doesn't take his sandwiches and takes the wrong ones and doesn't eat them and throws them back in the, you know what it was like? It was like, our refrigerator at work.
Yeah.
You ever look in our refrigerator here?
Yeah, that's
And you got
scary.
all the old food in there?
Yeah, with the note on the outside that this is going to be cleaned every week.
Yeah, they never
I
do
don't.
it.
I don't.
Do you know
think
what
so.
happened? Real quick, and then I'll get back to actual content.
Okay.
Do you know what happened at our Christmas dinner? It was at our house. Had a bunch of relatives, Amy's family over, and my daughter was there. So every holiday, Thanksgiving and Christmas, everybody gets together. So apparently there was a dish that Amy's cousin Michelle had. Now this dish was in the refrigerator, left over from Thanksgiving. Somehow, her boyfriend, Tony, grabbed that dish and brought it to our house for Christmas.
Yo, Tony.
This dish, it looked like some sort of turkey soup. Nobody knew what it was, but Tony was the brave soul. He had no idea. He's kind of like most guys. It's food. I'll eat some. So he took a bite of this goop that was like over a month old, and he starts choking. Now I thought I was going to have to give him the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah.
Because he's walking into the living room and he's all of a sudden you hear Michelle running into the room. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. And we're all just like got our mouths full with food.
Oh,
like,
great.
oh gosh. So what were we not supposed to eat?
The mystery bowl.
That's what it was. It was the mystery bowl. And apparently Tony he grabbed all the stuff that was in the refrigerator, including the mystery bowl from, 5 weeks ago or whatever it was. And I said, so what did it actually taste like? And he said it was a little rough.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving right along.
Man.
Wait.
But I'm sure that it was good back around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the mystery dish.
Mystery dish. So what did the psychic on Jesse Waters' show, what did she say about Donald Trump's 2024? Now she has pulled a card that has, it looks like the Phantom of Death, right? So mystery figure all dressed in black.
What is that?
I mean, I do recognize that I'm at Fox TV. I am a sense of loss. A sense of loss. But it's very specific. No, let me move on. It's a sense of loss. It's as if he may be thinking more about what he's lost and not still taking full advantage of what he still has.
That's a great interpretation, Paula.
It's true. I mean, I don't make it up.
There you go. So Donald Trump feeling a sense of loss.
I dare say she sounds like somebody's put something in a tea.
She sounds like a cartoon character.
You know what she sounds like? Because I actually noticed that. She sounds like she's a character from Harry Potter.
Yes.
Actually. So
Yeah, maybe a chipmunk.
That's actually put something else in her tea
Yeah.
that no one knows about.
Ah.
A little nip of something.
Got a friend named Alice.
That's right.
Anyway, so what do you think of those predictions? You think it's going to come true? You think that Trump? You think that So here's my prediction. Well, let's do predictions.
Okay.
So my prediction is that Joe Biden. We ought to write this down because when I'm horrifically wrong, you guys can pull the tape. I believe that Joe Biden will not be the nominee for the Democrats. I do believe that Donald Trump will be the nominee for the Republicans. I think that there's not going to be anything that the Democrats can throw the way of the Supreme Court that they're going to accept. And then I believe that it'll be probably Gavin Newsom. People are throwing down Michelle Obama. I don't think it'll be Gavin Newsom. And I think that Trump will win. So that's my fearless, bold prediction. Johnny, what do you say? Yes or no? Will Joe Biden be the nominee for the Democrats?
No, he will not, but he'll somehow get more money. I think she was right about that. He'll find his way to find more cash.
Sure, absolutely.
And I do agree with you. Donald Trump will probably be the nominee for the Republican.
And who wins?
I'd say Trump will.
And who would be the nominee for the Democrats?
I'm like you. Everybody bandies about Michelle Obama. I don't think she's going to go.
I don't think she's going to go either.
And I do think Newsom will be the choice.
Although you could say, and I've said this before, and then we'll get to Ken's, but if you think about the horrible policies of the Biden administration and what's going on in California, how much of an absolute train wreck California is, Michelle Obama has no policy to run on.
No.
So Biden has to answer for his literal crimes, and Gavin Newsom has to answer for the horrific policies that he put in place in California. So those two are going to be running on record. Michelle Obama has really no record to run on. She doesn't even have to answer for Barack Obama's record.
No.
So theoretically, if Democrats are trying to run from their record, you could throw in a Michelle Obama or someone like that, and they'd be able to run on Donald Trump and, danger to democracy all day long.
Just leave the world behind, Michelle.
I wish the world would leave them behind.
Yeah, I do too.
Ken, bold predictions. Will Biden be the nominee in 24?
I don't know. I don't know if he will or not, but I will predict this. I think Trump's going to be the president.
One way or another, Trump is going to be the president.
I think he is. I think he will be the president after the November election.
Okay. And then it's going to be insane.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're going to have...
Yeah, I think the country is no longer ignorant, if you will, to what is going on.
Oh, no.
I think everybody sees what is going on. Everybody knows they were much better off 4 years ago.
Well, and I also, not to break in, Kim, but I think people are paying attention now to what's going on at the border. And that's both sides.
That too.
Both sides are really starting to complain.
Yeah, I think they're noticing, and they're also noticing that the media is a bunch of liar pants on fires.
Oh, yeah.
So that's also what's going on. By the way, sage advice from 7987. Dan, for the love of all that is holy, slow down when you say peanuts. It sounded close to something else.
Oh.
What?
Well, that's helpful.
What did it sound like?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I know what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah.
I know what you're trying to do, Ken.
Is that troublemaker Ken Weaver back there?
It is the troll anchor Ken Weaver.
He's
I
like
love
that,
it.
He's like that little devil on your shoulder.
Yeah.
What was that, Dan?
Like that little chickmunk that was talking to Jesse Waters there.
Oh, no, say somebody put something in me tea.
All right, so we didn't.
Something's in me tea. I kind of like it, though.
Yes or no? Do debates matter anymore?
No.
Not this time
I
around.
don't think this time it really is.
No.
Nah.